Her name was Melissa Crawford. She thought she'd found the perfect con. Take her fiancé's money, buy a house in her name, then leave him with nothing. She thought he was too trusting to check the paperwork. But she had no idea that the house she was buying with his $180,000 was already legally his. There was a man called Nathan Pierce, 34 years old, software developer in Seattle. He'd worked hard his entire adult life, saved carefully, invested wisely. By the time he was 30, he owned a small rental property and had $200,000 in savings. Nathan met Melissa at a friend's wedding in June 2022. She was charming, beautiful, ambitious. She worked in real estate sales, or so she said. They started dating. Within 3 months, they were inseparable. Melissa moved into Nathan's apartment after 6 months. She said her lease was ending. Nathan didn't hesitate. He was in love. By their 1-year anniversary, Nathan proposed. Melissa said yes. They set a wedding date for September 2024. That's when Melissa started talking about buying a house. "We need our own place," she said one evening, curled up on the couch. "Something that's ours. Not a rental. A real home where we can build our future." Nathan agreed. "I've been thinking the same thing. I have about $200,000 saved. We can use that for a down payment." Melissa's eyes lit up, but not in the way Nathan thought. "That's amazing," she said, kissing him. "Let me handle the search. I'm in real estate, remember? I know the market. I'll find us the perfect place." Nathan trusted her completely. Why wouldn't he? She was his fiancée, the woman he was going to marry. Over the next 2 months, Melissa showed Nathan several houses. Nothing seemed quite right. Too small. Wrong neighborhood. Bad school district. Then in March 2023, Melissa came home excited. "I found it," she said, pulling up photos on her phone. "The perfect house. 3 bedrooms. Great neighborhood. Move-in ready. And it's a steal at $450,000. Nathan looked at the photos. It was beautiful. Craftsman style. Hardwood floors. Big backyard. "It's perfect," Nathan said. "When can we see it?" "I already put in an offer," Melissa said quickly. "It's a hot market. I didn't want to lose it. But don't worry, I got us a great deal." They accepted $440,000. Nathan hesitated. "You put in an offer without me seeing it?" "Baby, trust me. This is what I do for a living. If we waited, someone else would have grabbed it. We can close in 30 days. Nathan wanted to be upset, but Melissa's confidence was reassuring. She was the expert. "Okay," Nathan said. "What do we need to do?" "Just wire the down payment. I'll handle everything else. The title company, the inspections, the paperwork. You focus on work. Let me do what I'm good at." Nathan transferred $180,000 to the account Melissa provided. It was a joint escrow account, she said. Standard procedure. 3 weeks later, Melissa showed Nathan the closing documents. "We just need to sign," she said, handing him a pen. Nathan started reading. The documents listed Melissa Crawford as the sole owner. Nathan's name wasn't on the title. "Why isn't my name on here?" Nathan asked. Melissa had an answer ready. "It's just easier this way for now. Since I'm in real estate, I have better credit for the mortgage. Once we're married in September, we'll add you to the title. It's just temporary." Nathan frowned. "I don't know. That's my money. I should be on the title." Melissa's expression hardened slightly. "Nathan, do you trust me or not?" "Of course I trust you." "Then sign the papers. I promise, we'll fix it after the wedding. This is our house. Our future." Nathan signed. The house closed on April 15, 2023. Melissa Crawford was now the legal owner of a $440,000 house. Nathan had contributed $180,000 and wasn't on the title. They moved in together. Nathan paid for furniture, paid for repairs, paid the mortgage alongside Melissa. Everything seemed perfect. Until July. Nathan came home from work early one day. Melissa's car was in the driveway, but so was another car he didn't recognize. He walked in quietly. Heard voices upstairs. Laughter. Nathan's stomach dropped. He walked upstairs. The bedroom door was closed. He opened it. Melissa was in bed with another man. Nathan stood frozen. Melissa scrambled to cover herself. "Nathan, what are you doing home?" "What am I doing home?" Nathan's voice was shaking. "This is my house." The man in the bed, Nathan didn't recognize him, started getting dressed quickly. "Actually," Melissa said, her voice cold now, "it's my house. My name is on the title. And I want you out." Nathan couldn't breathe. "What?" "You heard me. This is my property. You're not on the title. You have no legal claim. Pack your stuff and get out. I paid for this house." Nathan shouted. "That was my money." Melissa smiled. A cruel, calculated smile. "Prove it. You signed the closing documents. You agreed to put it in my name. That was your choice." The other man grabbed his shoes and left. Awkwardly mumbled an apology and disappeared. Nathan stood in the doorway, his world collapsing. "Melissa, we're engaged. We're getting married in 2 months." Melissa took off her engagement ring. Tossed it on the bed. "We're not getting married, Nathan. This was always the plan. I needed a down payment. You were perfect. Trusting. Stupid. And now I have a house. Thanks for the investment." Nathan felt like he'd been punched. You used me?" "I used your money," Melissa corrected. "And now I'm done with you. You have until Friday to get your stuff out. After that, I'm changing the locks." Nathan left. He drove to his friend Marcus's apartment. Told him everything. Marcus was furious. "She conned you. That's straight-up fraud." "I don't know what to do," Nathan said, his voice hollow. "My name isn't on the title. I don't have proof the money was mine. You wired $180,000. That's proof. We're calling a lawyer." The next day, Nathan met with an attorney. Her name was Jennifer Huang. She specialized in real estate fraud. Nathan explained the whole story. Showed the wire transfer records. Showed the text messages where Melissa promised to add him to the title after the wedding. Jennifer listened carefully. "This is fraud. She took your money under false pretenses with no intention of fulfilling her promise. We can sue for unjust enrichment and constructive fraud." "Will I get my money back?" Nathan asked. "Possibly. But there's something we need to do first. We need to run a title search on that property. Something about this doesn't add up." "What do you mean?" "If Melissa is a real estate agent like she claims, she would know that putting a house in one person's name when someone else paid for it creates massive legal problems. She either doesn't know real estate law, which makes me doubt her credentials, or she knows something we don't." Jennifer ordered a full title search and property history for the house at 4822 Maple Street. The results came back 3 days later. Jennifer called Nathan immediately. "Nathan, you need to sit down." "What is it?" "The house Melissa bought? It wasn't a random property." "What do you mean?" "The previous owner was Eleanor Pierce." "Your grandmother?" Nathan's blood went cold. "My grandmother owned that house?" "Yes." "She died in January 2023. According to the will and probate records, she left the house to you. The probate was finalized in March. The house legally became yours on March 30th. Nathan couldn't speak. Jennifer continued. "Melissa bought the house from the estate executor on April 15th. But here's the problem. The executor sold her a house that was already deeded to you. The sale is legally void." "I don't understand. How could they sell her a house that was already mine?" "Because the probate hadn't been recorded yet. There was a filing delay. The executor assumed the estate still controlled the property. But legally, it was yours the moment probate closed. Melissa bought a house she had no legal right to purchase. Using your money." Nathan started laughing. It was a bitter, disbelieving laugh. So the house is mine. The house was always yours. Melissa just paid $180,000 of your own money to buy a house you already owned. And because she put it in her name, she committed fraud. What happens now? Now we file a lawsuit to void the sale and restore the title to your name. And we file criminal fraud charges. She knowingly participated in the sale of a property she had no legal right to buy. The lawsuit was filed the next week. Melissa was served with papers at the house. Nathan's house. She called him immediately, screaming, "You can't do this! I own this house. Actually, Melissa, I own that house. My grandmother left it to me. You bought stolen property with my money." There was silence on the line. "You're lying," she finally said. "Read the lawsuit. It's all there. Title search. Probate records. My grandmother's will. That house was mine before you ever made an offer." Melissa hung up. 2 weeks later, her lawyer called Jennifer. "My client wants to settle." "Too late," Jennifer said. "We're going to trial. And we've referred the case to the district attorney for criminal charges." The trial was held in November 2023. The evidence was overwhelming. Jennifer presented the probate records showing Nathan inherited the house in March. She presented the fraudulent sale documents showing Melissa purchased it in April using Nathan's money. She showed text messages where Melissa promised to add Nathan to the title after the wedding. She showed evidence that Melissa knew the property had belonged to Nathan's grandmother. She'd researched Nathan before they started dating. Targeted him specifically because of his inheritance. It had been a long con from the beginning. The judge ruled swiftly. The sale was voided. The title was restored to Nathan Pierce as the rightful owner. Melissa was ordered to vacate immediately. But Jennifer wasn't done. She filed for damages. Emotional distress. Fraud. Theft. The court ordered Melissa to pay Nathan $180,000 plus $50,000 in punitive damages plus legal fees. The district attorney also charged her with fraud and theft. Melissa pled guilty. She was sentenced to 18 months in prison. Nathan moved back into his grandmother's house. The house that had always been his. Melissa had tried to play the long game. But she never checked the title history. And that one mistake cost her everything. Justice always finds a way. See you in the next case.